Look, it's my cat. I don't know what she's looking at, but look how fluffy she is. Hey, what's up? I got one person in here. How's it going? I've got 4 people in here. Hey, everybody. So who's up in here? Yeah, she's so fluffy. Isaac, right? What's up, man? I got 5 people. Awesome. Who else is in here? 6 people. The sky is up. Oh man, I didn't know, but yesterday there was supposed to be a pink moon. So it's like when the moon is as close as it can get to the planet Earth, making it look super like pink. And I didn't see it, but I guess supposedly. So who else do I have up in here? The whole point of today's video is going to be homework help for the second packet. So I know Isaac. Do you have any questions on this packet? Last night, Liliana was saying that she did. Hey, Liliana, it's all good. That other account that you're using, it's like Mark Rodriguez. Whose account was that? Okay, cool. So, do you guys have any questions on like this front page worksheet about the Hellstone or the 4 4s, or do you have any questions about the card game one? I know yesterday we talked a little bit about the amazement worksheet, but do you need any questions about like actually dividing or turning in mixed numbers into improper fractions? And the last one is instruct how to turn mixed numbers into improper fractions. If not, we can spend the next like 30 minutes just looking at my cat and how squishy and fluffy she is. Yeah, lickies. So I got Isaac, Ileana. Okay, well that's good. Honestly, one thing at the teachers' meetings that we've had, and like we've been doing teacher meetings like online, we totally get that a lot of like people are struggling, and we still want you to do math, but we don't like want to like make it so extremely hard. So it's been a really hard balance of trying to make it easy or hard or medium. So I think like the first 2 packets that we've mailed off are like on the easier side. But as we get more and more used to like teaching from like home or studying from home, we'll try and make the um, packets a little bit harder. That's why we try to supplement packets with like Alex or like my YouTube video and whatnot. Like yesterday when we talked about factorial. Speaking of factorial, yesterday I asked you guys to do 3 problems. And the 3 problems I asked you guys to do, I believe, were the answers for 7 factorial, 6 factorial, and 4 factorial. Remember this from last night? Can you guys give me the problems or the answers for those? So what's 7 times 6? What's 7 times 6 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1? 6 factorial and 5 and 5 factorial. So like 7 factorial, again, like I was saying, it's 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. This is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And I'm sorry, this should be 5 factorial. 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3. Like 7 times 6 is 42. 42 times 5 and all that. The first answer for this one should be 50, 40 for 7 factorial. You're right. So, and then if you want to, you can also put that in the calculator. So 6 factorial would be 720. And then 5 factorial would be 120. Give me an S in the chat room if you wrote this all down. So again, make sure you write this down on your note paper, and you can turn this in with your packets later this week. Man, I can't write sideways, but it is what it is. We good? I like people talking in the chat room. I'm really curious to see who 2 other people that are listening in on this. I know last night near the end of the chat or the stream or whatever, I had like 3 kids that used to be in my class from like Apollo, so that was kind of cool. We not good? What do you mean you not good, Isaac? You're always here. I want to show you a quick trick with these factorials. So again, you'll see this a bunch. You'll first see this probably in like middle school, like in my class. Oh, that's cool that she's spying. Well, I don't mind having parents like come and watch. And instead of having like a parent watch like in the chat room. Let me close my door real fast. You know, just gotta make sure everything's on the up and up. You still don't have the packet. Oh no. So Isaac, if you don't have the packet, go to Amphi Middle School website and they should have the packet. My little brother's watching and is laughing so much. Well, that's cool. As long as it's not too distracting, I don't mind the laughter. Here, check this. Say we have a list of 5 colors. Green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors altogether. All right. Is we're gonna make a game and we want to pair off these colors with each other. So for example, blue, I'm gonna write down underline B. B stands for blue, and BL, circle that, will be for black when I abbreviate them. Your Wi-Fi though? All right. So check, and green. And then I'm gonna make a list for red. For red, I have red and black, red and white, red and green. So all we're doing right now is I'm going to show you an application to factorials. And we're trying to find all the different combinations of how colors can be matched up in pairs. We have 5 colors, and we want to see how many different ways we can put them in the pairs. Right now, I'm just doing this. This is called brute forcing or making a list. What's loading? Right now, what you should be doing, yeah, you should be writing this down. Hey, man, what you should be doing right now is just copying this down. So for white, check this out. We already know that white got listed with blue and red. So white can go, I'm sorry, skipped black. So we already did all blue, all red. We've got to do all of black. And then it'll be white. And then it'll be green. So all the different ways that black can be listed right now, without repeating the other ones, is black and white and black and green. And lastly, we have white and green. One thing that you'll notice is we don't need to rewrite green because green's combinations have all been listed already. So how many different pairs do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 total combinations that you can do. Can I erase this top part right here yet? Are you guys done? Again, just type in, give me an F if you're done copying this down. F for respect. Yeah, that's an old school meme. Cool, I got 1, 2, 3 people done. What do you mean I'm loading? Eliana, am I the only one that's loading? Isaac, so you're set, right? F is like the thumbs up. Yes. Also, if you this math problem right here is from one of my favorite card games, Magic, right? And these 5 colors are actually the 5 colors that you use for Magic the Gathering. There's blue magic, red magic, black, white, and green. And the guy that made Magic the Gathering, he's a math professor. And a lot of the rules for Magic are like math rules and like math logic. So there's 10 different guilds, like magical groups that you can join. Um, what do you type? Like type all of this up? I could, but one thing that'd be hard is for me to split the screen. So I thought it'd be easier to do the whiteboard. Can you join a guild? You totally can. Would it be easier if I typed this up? Because if later on, I'll actually be doing some math, and it's hard to type in the math. So this would be the last example right here. If you didn't catch this first part of the example, when this video uploads in like 10 minutes, you can go back to like the 14-minute mark and copy down what you missed out. Oh, that's really awesome. So check this out. Earlier today, we did like 7 factorial and 6 factorial, right? There's actually a math formula that you guys will use a lot. Honestly, I think in 10th grade and 11th grade for geometry and algebra 2. So I'm kind of giving you guys like a head start with this. and it's, I believe, what was it? N factorial, p minus n factorial, and p factorial, like that. So what this says right here is depending on how much you have to pick from, you can find how many different combinations you have. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to find out how many different combinations from having 5 choices if we pair them up in the twos. This is just some stuff. Technically, what we're supposed to be in school is going on is we be in the statistics unit right now, and I'm trying to show them the best I can with statistics and probability. After we're done with this, I can totally help out with any of the homework that you guys had from the other day. So 5 factorial, 3 factorial, and 2. What this is going to wind up getting us is 20 divided by 2, and their answer is 10. You're so confused? All right, well, here, let me slow down a bit. And I hate losing you guys. All right, before I do anything more complicated or crazy, is there anything that can help you with worksheets? Ileana? Or Ileana's mom? Any of the worksheets that you got over the last day, there's 4 worksheets, I believe. The 4 worksheets that you got were on improper fractions. The other one was about the absolute zero game. And the other one was this amazement, like dividing decimals. All right. Well, here, I'm gonna do one problem from each worksheet, trying to give you like a. So Isaac, give me I'd say give me a number. There's no number to pick from. So the one that I will work on is I'll work on this one. So the problem that I'm going to work on has the letter P for amazement. Right there. And the problem says this. It says 56.24 divided by 0.8. You already did the worksheet? We'll check your work then. We're gonna float this over one time. You float this over one time. 8 goes into 56 7 times. That's 56. Subtract. Bring down the 2. Float this up. This doesn't get me a 0. And bring down the 4. 8 goes into 24 3 times. I forgot how hard this math is. All right. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me, Isaac. Well, for some people it's easy, for other people it's hard. But just be careful because there's one trick when it comes to dividing decimals. When you bring over what, like some people will do the mental math really fast. And if you do the mental math really fast, you think, oh, 8 goes into 56, 8 goes into 24. The answer is 73. But there's one trap. And the trap is when you bring down the 2, you're not bringing down the 4 at the same time. 8 goes into 2 0 times. So there's technically a 0, in between the 7 and the 3. So again, the actual process of dividing isn't too hard, but there's like the devil's in the details where it might tap you and mess you up, you know? Isn't 56.24 divided by 0.08 not point? Oh, did I look at that wrong? I'm sorry, Baron. You're right. So my vision's bad, and I didn't see that extra zero or extra dot. So it should be like this. And I apologize then. So that would mean we would have to jump the decimal 2 times, right? So because of that, the answer is going to be 703. Let me fix this a little bit. So check this out. We jump it twice, right? And we have to jump it twice here. Because we jumped it one time for our answer, we have to jump it one more time. So our answer would be 703. So that was my fault for having bad vision. Yay, good to you guys. All right. So after that, the other worksheet that I see is this improper fraction one. I'm pretty confident most of you guys know how to do this because we've been practicing this since I want to say November. So one of the problems that I see is 7 and 1/5, and they want to say if it's true or not. Shade in each area that contains a true equation. So they say is 7 and 1/5 equal to 36 over 5. This is the part in class where I'd ask you, what would we do right here? Would we do the 5 and 7 to 1? Will we add, subtract, multiply, or divide for the first step? And remember, this is a two-step process. So yeah, right. So 7 times 5 gets us 35. And then, Isaac, you're right. It would be 35 plus 1, which gets us 36. Cool. Ileana, you're also correct. All right, so that one's not too bad. Next up, I don't have a stack of regular cards. But you're supposed to do this with like your siblings or yourself or with your family members. You get your stack of cards and you draw out your hands. And then you're supposed to, I believe, add them or subtract them till you get 0 and whatnot, right? So I haven't played this myself because all my regular cards are still stuck at Amphi. But is everyone good with this one? And this one would really help with, I think it was chapter 3 when we did negative numbers. And adding and subtracting negative numbers always gets kind of weird. You know me, the biggest thing that I want to compare like negative numbers with is with money. So how much money you owe or you don't owe at a store. All right. The fourth worksheet is just an example of how to do improper fractions. All right, cool. You know, and the pack of cards is also really great to have just around the house so you can like do something besides be bored. Um, I guess that's really it for the homework papers. Next week, I think is packet number 3. And packet number 3, I do know because I picked some of the worksheets out. It's a little bit trickier. Remember, guys, when you do, they have story prompts, and when you do story prompts, I always ask for cubes. So cubes, for the parents that don't know what that is, it's a learning strategy of how to do story prompts. You circle the numbers, you underline the question, you box in the math verbs. Like if you see the word, you want me to stream all night? I don't know, man. I've got a life to do myself. And what's wrong with Discord? But back to me. So cubes. It's an acronym of how you solve a story problem. You before you even solve anything, you circle all the numbers. You go to the very last sentence or the second to last sentence, and you underline the question. Then you go through the story and you box in any math action words. So, for example, together or or of or some. Those are all like math verbs that people can like box in to think, okay, what strategies or techniques? CUBE. S is solve and check. And oh man, I gotta think because it's been like a couple weeks since I've been in my room. Oh, E is evaluate. Evaluate means think over. Before you solve, you get everything that you circled, underlined, and you box, and you evaluate what you're thinking, what you're doing. You're thinking of a game plan. The very last step is you actually do the math work and you solve and you check your answers for the story to see if it makes sense. So next week, or then packet number 3, you should be getting that sometime next week, and that will have some story prompts. I honestly think like it's like 4 worksheets. Can you read because I can't see them? All right. So C is circle the number. U is underline the question. B is box math numbers or math verbs. Oops. E is evaluate and think it over. And S is to solve it and check your answer. And again, this is a tactic I've been teaching you guys since the beginning of the school year. Anytime that you see a story problem, you always circle and box in those words. And next week when you get packet 3, you'll get 4 worksheets. I think on each worksheet there's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 story problems. They're not too bad, and there's going to be an example on top of each worksheet. Anyway, right now I've been streaming for half an hour. I'm not going to stream all night because that's nuts. I'm still reading up on how to do Zoom, but again, there's a part of me that's kind of trepidatious about that. I'll see you guys tomorrow around the same time. And then make sure you go on to Alex. I've noticed that not everyone's been doing Alex this week, so please make sure you get 30 minutes to an hour each weekend. Anyway, I hope you guys do well. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Why is my class so late? My office hours. I do most of my like paperwork in the morning. So I have you forgot how to get to Alex. Go to Ampli's website. And on Ampli's website, they have a little place where you can click on it and they'll tell you how to get to Alex. I do my streamings late at night because it's just kind of easier for me to like finish up all my errands, chores, and whatnot. Because I do a lot of paperwork. I call parents. I check emails in the morning at my office hours, and then I figure that like most kids and most parents, they have a lot of stuff to do during the daytime. So I do my streaming at night. I was also figuring too at some point I'd probably like maybe stream a video game or something just for the heck of it. But I don't know, I'm kind of bored with my video games. So yeah, Um, I forgot how to get to Alex. So make sure you go to Google Classroom, and from Google Classroom, click on the little dots and click on Google Apps. Please, Jump Force. I don't have Jump Force. I have a Nintendo Switch and I have a PlayStation. All my PlayStation games aren't really appropriate for you guys to watch, but like I can stream like a Mario game or something. But anyway, try to get on Alex, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.